If you're joining a mentorship thinking it's going to save your business, it won't, because mentorship was never meant to be a lifeline. It's meant to be for a lifetime. You see, I've joined over 7 different mentorships, and I've been able to create my very own by my students who not only generate income, but have the confidence to generate content, have the ambition to see their vision and business all the way through. So let's talk about the difference between showing up for that quick rescue and actually locking in for that next level shift, that next level vibration, that confidence that we all want to have when being in or around people. Because if you're honestly doing mentorship right, it changes more than your strategy. It actually changes you. And I say this because over the 7 different mentorships, but 4 specifically, some definitely helped me grow, develop, and some felt like tuition for a lesson that I didn't even ask for. But one mentorship, I allowed one mentorship to shift everything. Not because somebody handed me a 6-figure funnel, not because somebody handed me a specific clientele, but because I finally understood the point. I finally understood it's not about shortcuts. It's about the capacity. It's about how much you are able to hold, how much you can take, how much you can actually push yourself to get the next version of you, to get a bigger version, to get that lifetime feeling of the person that you have to become in order to receive the things and wants that you truly desire. Those desires allow you to build real family, real connections. And because I realized the capacity of which I can do certain things, I got clear on what I wanted to believe. And it ultimately was me, meaning I became the person that I wanted to follow. Admire the discipline that I put in. I appreciate the time that I dedicate to all of my tasks. And now with my mentorship and doing mentorship right, I'm able to upgrade my whole life. Looking back at the woman I was 2 years ago compared to today, I mean, let's just talk about a lifetime change, right? Because if it was only for a lifeline, then I would have been back and forth needing that constant fill up, that constant juice up. When ultimately I made it a lifetime decision, and now I'm climbing the ladder of the steps that I took one at a time. So let's break it up. Because the lifeline is given like, what is it? IV a Hennessy, IV a water? Like, what is it, Ruby? Okay, so the Lifeline membership is when you get into a mentorship and you're like, please fix me, please rescue me, please help me gain more sales, please just give me a script for me to do all of this. That's short-term thinking. That's saying, hey, if I get in here, they'll be able to help me do this and then I'll be good to go. That is short-term thinking. That is a lifeline. You're asking for a hands out. And then personally, I had to learn that everything is not short term. I had to learn that the only short-term thinking I should be doing is when I need to forgive myself for something, or if there is an error, or there is something that I need to make adjustments to. That is the only short-term thinking I should be doing, because now I can move on to the bigger and better thought. So when you move like that, when you move in that short-term, stick me, you'll end up hopping from coach to coach. You'll end up hopping from program to program, broke, burnt out. And speaking of broke and mentorship, make sure y'all check out this video because it is the truth about money and mentorships. But ultimately, you'll still feel stuck with that short-term thinking. The lifetime mindset, the lifetime mentorship, that is you saying, I'm here to build. That is you physically saying, I'm learning with people. That is you physically saying, I am becoming a leader. That is you physically saying, I am admiring who I am becoming all now. I want y'all to drop in the comments, let me know, is it Lifetime or a Lifeline mentorship that you need in this moment right now? And be transparent, be open, because I was in both situations for different mentorships. And that's how I'm really telling y'all today, because that long-term play, that long-term personality development, that long-term character work that you do, you get the results, yes. But most importantly, you get the relationships, you get the responsibility, and you build the respect. That respect is your growth. That respect is your ticket. That respect is when people are thinking of you in rooms that you aren't in, is when you're getting invited into events or asking to be helped in all these different ways. That respect is what happens when you do the long-term play. So here's the part that nobody talks about, right? Because you'll be shocked when it does come to your business partner. You might meet your next prayer warrior. You might even meet your best friend. Y'all know how I feel about the word best friend. I don't really know if there's, a such thing. However, we'll deal with that trauma later. However, when you show up fully, mentorship isn't just about who you learn from, who you can just get a quick IV from. It's about who you grow with. It's about who you develop with. It's about who you evolve with over time. Yes, so those people that you are in that current stage with can ultimately transform whatever is coming next for you. Used as a relationship, used as a guidance, used as a mentor, used as a partner, as an investor. Because the people you start with, they're the people that you grow up with. They're the people that you continue to evolve and develop with. And if you don't currently feel aligned in your mentorship or in a mentorship or during a boot camp or during a 3-day trial, then it might not just be your space yet. We might not be able to allow ourselves, or what me and my mentors like to say, give yourself permission to do so. And that's okay too, because sometimes we have to prepare for the next room that we're going to be in. We have to prepare for the next mentorship that we get involved in. We have to prepare for the next finances that are coming our way. It is all a stepping process, but we have to step up in the process. So I'll say this with my whole chest, okay? If you want to stop folding and actually start flourishing and building off of the flourishing feeling, the flourishing connections, the flourishing relationships, then mentorship is definitely the move for a lifetime development. Not to save you, but to sharpen you, to stretch you, and ultimately prepare you for the next step in life. Because we're going to keep on going, we're going to keep on glowing, and we're going to keep on growing. But that preparation is what you need in order for it to be a lifetime lesson. And so that's what mentorship does. If you're done treating mentorship like a lifeline and you're ready to treat it like a lifetime, then drop lifetime in the comments below, and I'll be able to put you on to my real estate mentorship or our online marketing mentorship, where we know people are cultivated in the right mentality. Because mentorship didn't just change my mindset, it also changed my pockets too, because money and mentorship go hand in hand. You best believe. And I'll see you in the next video so you can get clear on what your pockets will be looking like. Later, golden ones.